right, guys, welcome to a quick news session that we have today. We have, let me just record this here really quick. Also, want to say hello to the Facebook family uh, that's watching us live as well here. So, just real quick, just want to share some information here with you guys. We've learned now that President Trump, right, has won the election and will be taking over in 2025 here. And so, what we've seen today is we've seen a big run up in the stock market. Now, this is not common for a presidential election. Just let me just share this here with you guys really quick. So the market is not up just today because President Trump got elected. I do want to share here with you because you guys may not know this or probably don't. And this is why I do this. Let me just say this here. Let me share my screen. Let me show this here with you really quick. But we're getting ready to get into some great information here. What I do want to share here with you guys is generally when the markets when we have a presidential election, even if you look at last election that we have in 2020, the day after the election, you will see right here Joe Biden when he won, when he defeated Trump. This is the title of this right here. It's right how stocks have done the day after the election. Well, on 11/4 here, you will see Joe Biden. The market was up 2.20% right here. All right, we're right here today, 2024. You will see here is this the tail is still out there. Now, this is what we're seeing right here. Guys, this is massive gains, right? We talk about these three major indexes right here. The Dow Jones, I just talked about that. Nvidia is going to be a part of that. It's up 3.2% today. You look at the S&P 500, that's up 2%. That's the fund that we invest in with VOO. You look at this NASDAQ. All right. Now, let me share this here with you guys. I eat, sleep, and live this here. You will see that the NASDAQ is up 2.3%. Now, let me just pour this back over to you guys really quick. You see this hat that I'm wearing right here today, right? So I eat, sleep, and live this stuff, right? So this is the NASDAQ index. This is your top 3,000 technology companies in the world. But when we go back over here, guys, and we look at how the market is performing today, I would just tell you this right here, man. We are in a surge where our economy, man, is getting ready to continue to be great. And the market's going to be exploding. And here's another reason why we're looking at this right here. Let me just let me admit these people in the room here. So I want to let me just hit them admit all here. Let me just share this here with you really quick. All right. Guys, this right here is big. Look at this right here. I want you guys to take a screenshot of your phones right here. November, December, and January historically are the best 3 months. And we're right here, guys, right here in November, right? November through January, the market is up generally about 4.4%. All right. That's pretty big here. So now that we get a presidential election is over, now we walking into a couple things right here. All right. I want you guys to jot this down. Starting tomorrow at 2 o'clock p.m., you're going to have the Federal Reserve, which is Jerome Powell. They're going to announce another rate of interest rate cuts. That's another reason why we getting ready to go in one of the strongest economies ever. And because, guys, another thing here, right? We getting ready to walk into one of the greatest wealth transfers ever. We already in it because you're already in Nvidia. All right. Now let's talk about this here really quick because this been the question of the day, and I've been getting this. I've been getting slammed with text messages, which I don't mind. I love this stuff, right? Let's talk about Tesla for a little bit, right? Guys, we've been out of Tesla now for a little bit over a year now. But guess what? With a economy, what we get ready to walk into, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, now that he's been elected, man, these guys got a very strong relationship. All right. Elon Trump donated millions of dollars. I want to say it was almost like $35 million to the Trump campaign. And I put this on Facebook yesterday on our Let's Win Financial Group Facebook page. I said, if Trump wins, we're gonna get back into we're gonna get back into Tesla. And essentially though, guys, that's what we did. So we go back over here. Let's look at this here really quick, right? So if I go in right here and I type in TSLA, man, Tesla is booming today. It's up 13.92% currently at the moment. All right. Now, I've been advising people we don't necessarily want to buy a Tesla today. All right. Because it's at, you look at this right here, right? This at a 52-week high. So Tesla over the next couple of days, it's gonna calm down a little bit. And so when we see a little red into Tesla, that's when we need to enter a position in here. Now, I recommended this morning we have Tesla at no more than 5% of the overall portfolio. So for every $10,000 that you have or thousand, whatever, right? Just look at Tesla having no more than 5% in your particular portfolio. Because guys, let me just tell you, even though Tesla it's been cooking, but it's a very volatile company, as we know with Elon Musk. So we want to be careful. But now, while we believe that Tesla will be good under President Trump, it's the fact that let me show you these returns right here. You look over the last 3 months here, 42%. Last month, 14%. Over the last week, it's up 11%, and it's going to continue to go up. That's why we're getting back into it. Now, here's the reasons why we like Tesla under President Trump. There's two things here. So Elon Musk has this thing where he's trying to get it regulated for the robo taxi full self-driving. Once he get that regulated, and now he know that he don't donated millions of dollars to Trump. And guys, here's another thing that's brewing: Congress, right? So Republicans now have won the Senate. We got to figure out the House. I'm not sure if they made that decision, but if you got a Republican White House and you got Congress controlled by the GOP, then a lot of these initiatives of what these agendas what they have, right? It will be passed a lot more smoother and quicker. And so you don't have a balance of powers. So that's another key here. So with Elon Musk and the robotaxi with the full self-driving, more than likely under Trump, it will speed up that process for it to be regulated. And what that's going to do, that's going to continue to boost up Tesla stock, because when you got this full self-driving and once it's regulated, I mean, think about it, guys. You got a taxi coming to pick you up. You got an Uber driver coming to pick you up, and ain't nobody driving that Uber car, right? It's a robo taxi. Uh, and then you also have the second initiative under Tesla, which is the Optimus robot. And that's an initiative what Elon Musk has, right? So guys, Tesla is a stock to own. I'm gonna just tell you that right now under Trump, it's a stock to own what we want to get into. All right. So we want to start a position no more than 5%. If you go up 5%, that's just on your discretion. But just know that it's going to be very, very volatile. It's going to be some big upswings, some big downswings, but holding it over time would be most beneficial here under the next 4 years under President Trump here. Next conversation we want to talk about is Bitcoin. We'll go right here, guys. Let me just show you how Bitcoin doing today. I mean, Bitcoin is up. It's at an all-time high. Bitcoin back in March, it hit an all-time high of $74,000. All right. But if you go and look at Bitcoin today, we're just going to tap on it to here. It's going to show us that here in a few minutes here, right? Let me go to the crypto markets. If you look at Bitcoin right here, it's at 74,000. All right. Guys, I mean, it's up 7% today. Let me just say this, man. With Bitcoin, you got to get it, man. You got to get it now under President Trump. He spoke at the Bitcoin National Convention this year in Nashville, Tennessee. He is a big proponent behind Bitcoin. Bitcoin will go up to $100,000 in just a matter of a time. So when we look at Bitcoin, we want to look at diversification in our investments. Yeah, we do stocks, index funds, but crypto gives us diversification to our investment portfolios. You can buy it on Fidelity. You can buy it on Robinhood. I just had a person in Georgia said, sure, when I can't buy it on Fidelity because Georgia has a restriction with Fidelity. If you live in Georgia, so you can't use it through Fidelity, it might just be her. But try Robinhood. If any of those don't work, you can also try. I don't really like this platform, but just to get access to it, you can use Cash App as well to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to go up. Vice President Vance, that's the vice president under Trump, owns more than $250,000 worth of Bitcoin. So he's also pushing the initiative for Bitcoin. So just kind of be cautious with it. What I do as far as how I do Bitcoin, I take whatever I spend, what I spend on lunch money, I do it on a weekly basis, right? So for me, putting right at $100 a week right into Bitcoin and Ethereum. I split it up. And so those two coins there are your two Bitcoins. Also, Victor says Coinbase. Good job. Thanks for that, Victor. You can also buy it on Coinbase as well. That's a great option as well. Get you a wallet, have it protected. So guys, even though we talk about Bitcoin, but also too, man, don't forget about Ethereum. Because Ethereum, you see what it's doing, right? Ethereum is always like the sleeper. You know, a lot of, but these are your two biggest platforms. But Ethereum is up 9% today, and you look at Bitcoin is up 7%. So a lot of people to be on the Bitcoin, which is good. But Ethereum is you also want to own that as well. Now these other little coins, XRP, Litecoin, I don't deal with that, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum are your two largest cryptos here. All right. So we're watching Bitcoin. Say, man, get access to it because if you want to see your money grow and be diversified under Trump, it's going to see 100,000 there on the Bitcoin. I predict, man, it's gonna be big swings in Bitcoin, but I predict after Trump presidency, after his next 4 years, I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin between 150 to 200,000, if not more, easily. All right, because all he gonna do is to continue to just keep pumping it. All right. Now that's one thing about Trump, he will if he see that market go down because he is more in tune to the market than a normal democratic president, right? Because he's got millions of dollars that's been donated to him by these donors that have businesses that's invested into the markets, and so he has a big initiative to keep this economy strong. And the one thing about Trump that's going to able to continue to help the market grow is his tax cuts that he created in 2016. They're going to expire next year in 2025, but he's going to extend those tax cuts to those corporate companies to where now when they have to pay less in taxes, what they can do with this money, they can reinvest it back into the company. They can hire new employees. They can invest into more artificial intelligence. And we're going to speak about our big boy NVIDIA in a minute and how that will be impacted by Trump. So overall, just kind of make when you do your tax cuts like what Trump did, it pretty much just makes our economy stronger. Next subject here I want to talk about is tomorrow. Make sure at 2 o'clock we're going to see the Federal Reserve cut interest rates. Going to continue to help the markets continue to go even stronger in itself. Now, also too on yesterday I mentioned if Trump wins, we getting it back into Tesla. If Harris win, we gonna get into Palantir. Now, I've been talking to Palantir to some of you guys, but not to the extent of everybody. All right. So I want to introduce Palantir here to you really quick and give you a little basis of what is Palantir. But Palantir is still going to do well under Trump as well. And so these are really kind of like our new two positions as far as between now and the end of the year, what we're going to be looking at, right? So Palantir, guys, is a company here, right? They big with on Department of Defense, but they're pretty much like if you got a problem that you got to solve and you got a bunch of numbers and you got a different solutions, right? They have software that just pretty much just gives you the solutions that you really need. All right. Now this stock yesterday, guys, was up 23% because they had a great quarterly earnings report. The last 3 months, they had some serious growth. You will see that this stock here is up 5% today. Now, Bank of America, their target for Palantir was $55. Now, if you go and look at Palantir growth, though, here, right? Over the last 5 days, you will see it's up 23%. Over the last month, it's up 35%. And year to date, that's from January 1st up until now, it's up 214%. So this stock here, man, it's been taking a while for Palantir to get off, and it's just been growing this year. Matter of fact, I told Victor, he's on the call right now. I told him, he said, man, should I be buying this? I'm like, Vic, I'm like, man, this thing like growing like weeds. Let's just wait for it to come down a little bit. But all it's been doing is continue to grow. So I'm like, all right, let's just start a position. Let's get into it. I'm recommending this as well as far as Palantir starting position to that as well. Now, also too, guys, this is one to hold just maybe for the next 3 months if you wanted to. But what you also seeing too is small caps, which is small companies, which is like you'll see a lot of these like your banks, smaller companies. But this right here is another one to own, and this here is one of our top 10 investments for 2025. You will see that it's up 4.87%. Now, the reason why small this right here would do well because when the Federal Reserve, when they continue to cut interest rates, starting to not starting because they did in September, it's the first rate cut. They'll do another one tomorrow, and then 2025, man. I mean, they plan on doing like 5, 6 different cuts. So if you think about it, with this right here with banks, when how banks benefit, which is in this IWM right here, small companies, they benefit to this here because think about this right here. If your borrowing cost gets cheaper, you got more people that now want to buy houses, or you got more people that want to buy cars because those interest rates are cheaper. And now you got more money being flooded into the bank, and the bank, that's what they want. They want your business because now they take your money and they invest it. So that's why that IWM is doing exceptionally well today and will continue to do well over the next 3 to 4 months. I mean, it's going to probably be explosive more than it has been throughout the last few months of the year, but in particular because we're going through a phase now where interest rates are coming down. So IWM is another one here that's really good that we want to get in. And for the members that's in the that work for the federal government and the TSP, that's your S fund. That's why we made that change today in our S fund in our TSP accounts. We got more exposure to that. So you guys talk to me offline on that. And then just the last thing I want to talk about here, guys, really quick. I can't end the call without talking. We see these rates are affecting my high interest rate savings accounts. Vic. Vic, but if you go over to Bank of America, man, and put your money over there, you put it in Navy Federal Credit Union, they paying you 1/4% where you got your money in this money market account, right? That's giving you still what 4.5%, 4.4%, right? So rates coming down a little bit because of the rate cuts, right? But people still literally, man, have their money like their savings account in like Navy Federal Credit Union. Like, I'm like, how do you have like thousands of dollars just sitting there where you got two buckets where you can get 1/4 of 1% or get 4%? Like, that's the easiest money you can make. Like it's not even invested. Like so, I don't understand, but it is what it is. All right. So last topic here, I want to talk about this here really quick. I can't end a phone call without talking about our darling Nvidia, right? So how does that impact Trump victory impact our darling Nvidia, right? Let me just share this here with you guys as well. I share this website right here quite a bit all the time. And this here is pretty big. Now, because the market is doing exceptionally well, it's kind of taken back a little bit away from this right here, guys. But I do want to tell y'all this right here. Guess what, guys? Uh, Tony, go on the Let's Win Thrift Savings page. You'll see the information there, all right? Check that page every day for those updates. But let me share this here with you guys, all right? Guys, Nvidia now is the most valuable company in the world. All right. It's the most valuable company in the world. It has now overtaken Apple. So let me just share here. It's coming up here. Let me see here. What happened here? All right, hold on one sec here. Let me go back over and put that in here. So when I go right here, if you just go right here and just do like market cap, right? Market cap. Here we go right here. So I'm gonna pull this up and I'm gonna show you guys this here. So Nvidia now has overtaken Apple here. Hold on, let me pull up this site right here. This is the site right here, right? So if you go to companiesmarketcap.com, so I want to show you guys this right here. These are your top 10 companies value in the world right here, right? Let's look at this here really quick. So if you go right here, you will see the largest companies, right? And these are like what they were. So right now, if you look at the market cap, which is the value, man, Nvidia now is worth 3.5%. If you go right here and look at Apple, man, Apple been in the lead for this for a very long time. And see, Apple here is worth $3.3 trillion. Nvidia is now worth $3.5 trillion, right? So you really only got three companies that's worth trillions, $3 trillion. You got Microsoft, which is worth 3 trillion. You got Apple at 3.3 trillion, and you have Nvidia now at $3.5 trillion. Now, when you go right here and you look at Nvidia, it's up 3.5% today. Now we go back over here and we look at the headlines on Nvidia right here at the 3.52%, and we scroll down right here. Now we see that our Nvidia now is up 192% so far for the year, man. Guys, let me just say it right here. Man, there's so many of y'all. It's probably 95% of y'all. Y'all ain't even making $100 off Nvidia in the month. Y'all want to make thousands of dollars off Nvidia, man. I mean, these are massive gains that you guys have made because we've been in it since November 2021, and it's going to continue to be the stock to own in 2025. But let me just explain this real quick with Nvidia and what does that mean under a presidency under Trump. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys, be careful with this because here is one tactic. If anything may hurt the stock market under Trump, will be his tariffs, right? So when you guys see like tariffs, um, that's basically mean like taxes, basically, right? So Trump is a big believer of not allowing these foreign companies to bully us and not pay export taxes, import taxes, right? So this is some good stuff right here, man. I'm gonna share this here with y'all. This is some good stuff right here. So it's this one stock right here is down today because Trump got elected, right? So this one company right here, which is your Taiwan semi manufacturing company, is down today when the overall market up. And the reason why this company is down because they make all these chips for Nvidia. All right. All Nvidia chips are made over in Taiwan. They make a lot of chips for Apple and some of these other big AI companies. And they see now this is kind of a threat because Taiwan, this TSM right here, they're going to get hit with more tariffs as far as the products that they're making for these big AI companies, and they're down. Now, this would be if you want to buy anything today, this might be one of them to buy. Because if you go right here and look at TSM, TSM ain't no chunk company. If you go right here and look at TSM on all the companies in the world, you will see that this TSM right here is the ninth most valuable company in the world. But be caution though, because I think under Trump presidency, right, it's going to probably get hit a little bit more because Trump is all about them tariffs. Now that's one thing about Trump. He is about his business and about that money, and you ain't finna bully the U.S. now. All right, that's one thing what Trump is. Um, so that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Didn't want to be long. I'll take questions now, because it's been a lot and it's been a hit with a lot of Tesla questions. So you guys go ahead and unload on any questions that you have. Just unmute. And I also check Facebook for maybe some people that's asked a question on Facebook.
Hi, Sherwin. This is Dewan. I just logged on, and I didn't hear the first part, so I'm going to go back and listen. But with the Tesla stock, since that's Trump's friend, good friend, do you think that we're going to see some movement in that, or what's your thoughts about that?
Oh yeah. So yeah, we mentioned as far as with Tesla, we're back in Tesla. We're gonna wait for it to come down. Because Tesla just up 14% today, so we don't really want to buy like at the very top today. So once the market's gonna calm down, all right, and then once it lowers a little bit, then we're gonna get into Tesla. It may be this week. So when you see somebody say, Sherwin, what's a red day? All right. Whenever you have an opportunity to see Tesla down, that would be a position to go ahead and just buy. Now, of course, if you guys follow me, I'm gonna let you know on that Let's Win Financial Group Facebook page, this is a good day to buy. And I'm just telling you guys, if you don't follow that page every day, that's you, because I'm fixing the food and putting it on the tables for you to eat it. And some of you guys be complaining to say, hey, look, Sherwin, I'm anonymous. I don't want to be on Facebook page. Well, that's you missing out on this information I'm putting out daily, because that's a one resource where I'm able to put out information, and there's a community of people that I could do it. And I could do these calls, but putting a post out on the Facebook, man, if you just go on that page and hit search, man, just type in Nvidia and go all the way back to the point where I first started talking about that in like November 2021, and you look at the last 3 years and what it's done. But I'm kind of getting off soapbox now. But yes, Dewan, Tesla is up 14%. we definitely want to be into it, but not today because it is up pretty big. So
Okay, so the when you said the Taiwan, so how much of that should we be purchasing? You said today is a good day, you think, to purchase some of that. So what would you say?
yeah, let me retract that. Don't buy that right now because it will probably be the companies that will be impacted until we get more information from Trump on his tariff plan.
Okay,
And then once I kind of know how much he gonna hit companies on the tariffs, then we could do that. But hold off on TSM because I don't. It might get destroyed over the next week or so. But let's
okay,
just hold off on that. But what I did recommend is Bitcoin, Tesla, Palantir, and IWM, which is the Russell 2000 small cap index.
okay.
Yeah. All right. Any more questions?
Hey Sherwin, I actually have a couple questions.
Mhm.
So with Nvidia, do you think that there will be some volatility there with the tariffs and potentially maybe any type of regulation on chips?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's definitely going to be volatility, and I'll be honest with you, brother Walton. We could probably afford a little volatility with Nvidia
Mhm.
because it's been going up
Yeah.
so fast and a quick time frame. But definitely there will be some volatility. So for you guys to have had massive gains, we can't. I mean, we can't expect for Nvidia to keep doing what it's been doing. Uh, because it's been doing just different, man. I mean, guys, last year Nvidia was up 236%. This year, you just saw it's up 192%, and by the time that the year is over with, it's going to be up over 200%. So you got to think about in the last two years, right? This stock would have been up 400%. Like that ain't like your norm or average. So Nvidia, if it went up 25% in a year, right? That's pretty good, but we're talking
Hmm.
about like 400%. So expect a little volatility. But I don't expect Nvidia to be up like 100% every year. So there will be some volatility.
Okay, but you still, for the long term, you think that because it's this is my next question. I feel like there's like a shift going on in tech with the
Mhm.
tech stocks, like seeing Nvidia surpass Apple, and then you having I mean, and then even with Microsoft, it seems like Microsoft is inching it up to Apple as well. And then Alphabet having all like the lawsuits and all these different changes. Do you feel like the Mag 7 is about to change?
Yeah, if you think about it, like last Friday when the markets Wall Street announced that Nvidia now is part of the Dow Jones Index, which is that's your
Yeah.
fraternity of 30 companies. Man, that gave Nvidia even more credibility because now they have what you call a semiconductor part of these top 30 companies. So the Max 7 is always like your growth companies, right? When I say Max 7, right? Some people's like, sure, what's Max 7? Max 7 is your Facebook, which is Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, Apple, and which one am I? You could Google Max 7. They're all technology companies, all right. But brother Walton, tech under Trump is gonna be strong because it's growth, and so I shouldn't say this. Um, but I remember during Trump years from 2016 to 2020. I've been doing this for a long time, but I wasn't even just in QQQ. I was in TQQ. I had my boys' accounts because they're young, man. But I don't advise you guys to do this. But that's how confident I was of when Trump was in office.
Hmm.
How much the growth of technology was to be increasing, right? So let me give you an example here, right? So if you go right here and you look at TQQ, and I don't recommend for you guys to do this, but this is just education information only, right? So this is what I did right here, right? So I was buying TQQ. And so we talk about QQQ a lot, but TQQ does three times whatever the regular QQQ does. And I had this in my boys' accounts, and it was killing the game. Uh, so this right here is you see my hat, the Nasdaq, right? You see Nasdaq right here. So this tells me this is doing you see this right here, three times the daily performance of the Nasdaq 100, which is QQQ. Um, so this is up 6% today. That's how confident I am, brother Walton, in technology and the Mag 7 under Trump.
Okay.
It's definitely
And,
a shift.
and then also Bitcoin. Would you wait for maybe a pullback in Bitcoin? Because like hitting the all-time high, like I have been contributing for a little while and then I stopped for a minute and I'm like, would you wait for a pullback before you start getting back in, or what's your thoughts there?
Nah, I think that Bitcoin, I mean, it is what it is. Bitcoin gonna have pullbacks, but I think now is the time to buy Bitcoin. But here's how I treat Bitcoin. I just dollar cost average. And dollar cost average is whether it's up or down, like I say, $100 every week into crypto. So I think just pretty much just adding to it bit by bit. And I did tell a young lady, she had a big settlement there in Georgia, and as far as diversification with her investments, to I said you could put a good, $3,000 to $5,000 into Bitcoin, and
Mhm.
I mean, it's definitely the time to buy because right now, brother Walton, you got the momentum of Trump going into presidency between now and January. So we're gonna see that surge in Bitcoin, go up to say, I mean, when Bitcoin grow, man, I mean, it'd be going about $1,000 per day. So by the time January hit, Bitcoin could be at say maybe 80,000, 85,000, and then he just gonna continue to pump it. But you will see volatility, but it's just, that's why I say don't put a lot in there. Dollar cost average it so you don't necessarily miss out on the gains and you're
Yep.
taking the average on the up and the down on the DCA.
Okay.
Yeah. Great questions though. Great questions. Any more questions? Any more questions? I do have.
Sherman, just
Yeah,
so
go
I
ahead.
could just recap today, we should be purchasing Bitcoin. Is this is the exclusive thing that we're supposed to purchase this? So I'm clear
Mhm.
today.
Yeah, so I'm liking Bitcoin. I'm also liking Ethereum as well.
Okay, Ethereum. Okay.
Yep. I'm liking IWM, which is a small cap. I think that's a short position that we buy for the next hold on for the next 3 months to it. Interest rates continue to get cut. And then definitely Tesla. We said 5% of Tesla.
Okay.
And then Palantir. We want to get some access to that now. Palantir, man, that's just on a growth path. So I wouldn't buy Palantir this week. I'll wait next week to buy Palantir because we really kind of we don't want to buy it at the all time high at the moment. And that's sort of where it's at. So just kind of hold off on that
Okay.
until next week. Um, Great questions. Let me share this here with you guys just really quick.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
So are we still buying Apple like we pay our bills? Are we
Buying what?
still pro Apple? Apple.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, look, we never stop buying Apple. I mean, that's something that we just man, you buy that till the day that you die, brother. Even though it's a
Got
slowing company, but it's still gonna have its Apple. Nvidia is what Apple was in 2009. That's what that was. So Apple had its growth phase, like big gains, but now you got your big boy Nvidia. But you buy more than Nvidia than Apple. But yeah, definitely keep buying Apple for sure.
copy. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey Vic, I'm proud of you, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call out in one of your trainings a couple of weeks ago. Appreciate that.
Hey Vic, you a great example too, man. I've been trying to get people to open enrollment to open up a HSA, and you a great example by opening up your HSA just a couple years ago, man. And now guess what? Your money in your HSA, guess what it's doing today? It
Growing.
it's big time. And the people that don't have a HSA that's dealing in these PPOs, guess what their money ain't doing?
Growing.
Growing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm telling you guys, if it ain't making money for you, it don't make sense, right? And so open enrollment season, guys, look, hey, that's just that, yeah. So I appreciate you, Vic. Let me share with you
No
guys
worries.
this. Let me share here this with you. This guy right here shared this today on Twitter. And I was like, wow, this is some good stuff here. Let me please pull this up here really quick. Where is it at right here? So check this out. This pretty good right here. This is really, really good. Um, So this guy, he shared this right here, Jay Woods. He's a stock trader on the trading floor. So when I go up to Wall Street, I'm on the trading floor. I holler at Jay. All right, he one of my my good guys. All right. So he tweeted this today. What happened after the 2016 election? This is when Trump got elected in 2016. Now, part of this is because President Obama gave him a great economy. Now, guys, under President Obama, he got elected starting in 2018, but came in office in 2009. But under President Obama, guys, the market was never down. It was every year it was up. So in 2016, when Trump got elected, this guy right here posted, right? He pro Trump. S&P 500 rallied 6.6% the day after the election. I mean the day after the election to year end. So basically saying from November to the end of December, market went up 6.6%. Then he say 2017, right? The market was up all 12 months. There was only one day with a loss of 2%. So how the market is up 2% today? Some days the market goes down 2%. Those are really like a really, really bad day. So we lose. I don't say we lose, but it's like down, right? Then he said only 17 closes below the 50-day moving average. That's above y'all head. I ain't even finna get into that. It never breached a 100-day. Headlines were crazy. Trend lines slow and steady from the bottom to the left to the right. So guys, as you will see right now, there's a lot of people, man, that's flooding into the markets now. That's no reason why it's going to continue to pump the markets up because, man, there's a bunch of people now that believes that Trump is better for the economy. It's gonna and so they're investing their money like crazy. So I this is my last thing here. This is what people right here, man. People been texting me, man. This is more so like what people like today. All right. This is what you feel like. If you an investor, this is what you feel like today, right? This is the main reason why you put your money to work for you. Because you look at my man Mayweather right here, you got all this money, right? I just thought it was a meme I saw on social media. This is what you feeling like today. Guys, this is the main reason, man, why you invested not only your money, but investing in your financial education. Because most people feel like the only way that they can make money is they go to work, or if they want to make extra money, they go and work overtime, right? And when they do that, they trade time for every dollar that they make. And so they know, okay, you can invest, right? But they don't know how to, and they think that you got to have a lot of money. But as you guys see that you don't have to have a lot of money, you just got to have the mindset and being able to put your dollars to work to go out and make more money for you. So let's say, for instance, we talk about Victor, right? Victor opened up this HSA account. And so in Victor's particular example here, right? He got his 401k money working for him. Vic also has a brokerage account, which is a general investment account. He got money working for him in that particular account. He got a health savings account where he got money working for him. He got a Roth IRA account where it's money working for him. Then he got an account set up for his daughter that's also money working for him today. But if you go back to that one person that's just thinking that they feel like they got to have extra money from the job that they make, or if they want extra money, they got to go and work overtime. So you look at Vic's situation here, right? Not only does he have a 9 to 5, but those 5 accounts that I just mentioned for him about him, right? Those are his 5 employees that's also working for him today, and they getting ready to get off work at 4 o'clock because that's when the market gonna get ready to close. All right. That, guys, is how you start changing your financial trajectory. Instead of having one source of income and spending all your money on that one source of income and waiting for the next payday to run the same cycle. Now we walked into one of the greatest wealth transfers to where we're seeing that the market is up big today from with the money that you've been investing. And now we're walking into one of the greatest economies starting, early 2025 with interest rates being cut, inflation is not growing as fast as it is, and now you got a pro-growth president backed by a vice president that's big into cryptocurrency. Man, look, some people may not be happy with the decision that was made because I am a father with 3 African American young men, and I am concerned about the future of the vision, definitely for sure. But guys, 2025 is the year that where you do not get distracted, but you get focused and you get your assets up. When I say you get your assets up, that means that you start putting your money to work even harder for you because we're getting ready to see some strong growth years. So I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Some strong growth years. So you got a choice. You can continue to keep spending your money on liabilities, right? Or you can put your money more into assets. And then what's going to happen is, guys, I say this all the time, man, you put your money into assets and now you let your assets pay for your lifestyle. People say, well, Sherwin, do you sell any assets? Absolutely. We talked about Tesla earlier. I was big into Tesla in 2020 and 2021. Big into it. And guess what? Made a lot of money off Tesla. So a lot of those investments in Tesla. And what it was able to do, it was able to help us. And I've said this many times, to build our heated salt water pool in the back of our house that have created lifetime of memories for me and my particular family. My boys didn't even know how to swim before we built the pool at our house. But man, those guys swim like fish now, man. So I feel like being invested in these particular companies, man, it's like life changing trajectories, man, as far as how you can impact families, man. And for me, I'm just so grateful that you guys entrust me, because I look at guys like Howard Jones here, man. I look at guys like Victor. I look at Kenyatta. I look at Cassandra. I look at Brother Walt, man. Like, you guys understand, and there are other people, and just people that I'm seeing now. You guys understand that actually, when you log into your accounts, you see that it is made you more money than you've put in. And especially if you've been with me for a while, you've seen massive gains. And so that's what it's really all about, man, as far as, because we don't know where to start. You guys do, but I'm saying, like, most people like that's not doing this, they don't know where to start or how to do it. But you guys are involved into this. And so it's fun. It's fun logging into account like today and seeing big returns, man. It's big. So I didn't want to keep this long, but that's all I have. Do we have any more questions here before I close out?
Hey,
Anybody?
Last
Sherwin, I
question,
did have. Oh,
Sherwin.
go ahead, buddy. I'll ask after you.
Okay. Hey, Sherwin, Omar here, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, quick question. So Eli Lilly, is that something that you recommend to hold today, buy, sell? He down, I think, 13% over the last 30 days. So I want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, that's a great question here, man. I want to give a shout out, man, to my guy Omar as well, man. He been with me for a while here. He's another one of those members, man, that has done really well here. But Eli Lilly, man, it's actually down today. And I like Eli Lilly. It's your number one manufacturer, insulin manufacturer in the world, really your number one healthcare company in the world. Yeah, I definitely like for us to continue to hold on to Eli Lilly. Matter of fact, since it's down today, it might be now. That's a good buying opportunity to buy in today into Eli Lilly, because what happens here, Omar, majority of your portfolio and the majority of our portfolios is has growth, has technology into it, right? So with the market being so well today, we need balance in our portfolio. So Eli Lilly is a healthcare company. So you got a lot of technology, and you also have healthcare with Eli Lilly. And so, yeah, we definitely continue to hold on through Eli Lilly. It's just going through just a little phase now, but it's a great buying opportunity because, Omar, you'll be able to look, 6 months from now, 9 months from now, you'll be like, man, like, okay, I bought at this particular price. And then now it's up at this. So, yeah, we are definitely holding on to Eli.
Roger, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. Big Mike.
Yeah, how you doing today, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, I have a question just with and if you said this previously, I apologize. But do you see or think that the interest rates will get anything like they were when he was previously at president? And the reason I ask that is because even after the when they brought the interest rates down, it looked like they creeped up again for buying property and things like that. So do you think that would it be is it will it get back down, and should we be looking to still buy property? I know you love the real estate, but is there going to be a better opportunity, maybe a little bit into his presidency, where it'd be prime time to buy?
Yeah, Mike, that's a very good question, man. They did the first rate cut there in September, 50 point basis, right? And we was expecting rates just to go down like automatic, right? But that was the first rate cut of definitely many to come. Matter of fact, they're gonna cut tomorrow. And then they plan on being very aggressive first quarter 2025. So we had, and the crazy part about it, you're right. Interest rates went back up. Look at a 30-year now. You're still looking at 7%. That's where we kind of been at the last 2 years. But Mike, I would predict, man, January, February, you definitely seeing rates definitely got to be in the 6%, maybe even the high fives. But where they were in 2020 and 2021, we would definitely not see that. That was just super low because of COVID, and you had to do it just to kind of keep people still encouraged to buy, even though we losing jobs and things of that nature. So we definitely won't be seeing 2-3% interest rates no time soon. I mean, the lowest we may see, Mike, probably, and this might be 2026, 2027, is 4%. But and it's crazy to
Gotcha.
think about it. Even the quadplex, I looked at the interest rate on that the other day, and I'm like, man, I said 3.3%. I'm thinking to
Wow.
myself, like, that's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
even an investment property, it's gonna be more
Hmm.
than a regular house. But Mike,
Gotcha.
the housing market, here we
Yeah.
go, buddy. It's Mike. Next year though, it's gonna be
Hmm.
a lot of competition out there with rates coming down. So
Yeah, that's I was looking right now at a duplex actually, because when you mentioned a few times about your quadplex and
yeah.
out here in the Austin area, I mean in the Arlington area. But with the rates and stuff like that, I was just wondering, would it be, you're just trying to find that sweet spot, but sometimes I don't know if it's worth it to wait because then you miss out on the opportunity. You know what I mean? That's why I was asking the question.
Yeah. Especially now, man, it's very expensive with rates if you look at an investment property because your mortgage is a lot higher, so it's taken away from any potential income that you make on it. But yeah, nah, not right now, brother. It's very difficult. Even though prices might be a little bit lower now, but interest rates, and even if you refinance, but it's still expensive. Where especially the golden rule is the 1%. So if I'm buying a $300,000 property, I need to at least be getting $3,000 a month rent, and that's very difficult in a high interest rate economy. Sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Hey, Sherwin, one question. I know we talked a lot about stocks to buy. Are there any like tech stocks, any stocks you would recommend staying away from?
Um, I would be honest with you. When it comes to tech right now, probably not. I mean, everything is hot under uh under Trump. Are there any ones that you're considering or on the fence about?
Yeah, like I know in the past I've looked at like Meta. Like I'm thinking about the Mag 7, right? So I've looked at Meta, I've looked at Amazon. I have a stake in Google that I've been kind of going back and forth on, because for me, I kind of want to consolidate a bit. Like I don't want to have like too many positions in different places because there's just so much brain power to keep up with everything, you know. So I just want, but you hear about Eli Lilly, you hear about like all the different positions that people are in. I'm just thinking, are there any to like stay away from? Is it better to consolidate and have less positions,
Yeah. Um, so for me, man, like my top tech stocks, and I want to share this because I know we keep saying Mag 7, and some people like, sure one, you said it, but I want to just show you. So when we talk about Magnificent Seven right here, these are the companies that we're talking about, right? So Brother Walton, if I was you, uh so Alphabet has been doing well, but that's not one of my favorite out of the Mag 7 here, right? So I don't own any Alphabet guys is Google. This is parent company of Google. So I don't own any Google. So pretty much for me when it comes to this Mag 7 here, we're big into Nvidia. We've been into Meta platforms, we've been into Apple, Microsoft. So between Google and Amazon, these are the lesser two where I'm not fully in. And Tesla, I wasn't in that either. But now we're going to start increasing that position there into Tesla. Of course, Nvidia is a very probably overweight. When I say overweight, you look at your portfolio and you say, well, what's the percentage of Nvidia you have in your portfolio, right? If you over 30, if that one position is over 35% in your portfolio, is more than likely overweight because it's like you're dependent on 35% of your portfolio is dependent upon this one particular company here. But that's why I say we can go and buy our QQQ, which QQQ, all these companies here is in part of that particular index here. But Alphabet, Brother Walton, to be honest with you, Alphabet and Amazon, those are the two that I really am not in. Simply because if you look at the performance of these two companies here compared to these other five companies over the last 3 to 5 years, they trail in performance. If you make comparison to these here, I wish I had more time. I could show you guys on that back test portfolio, but yeah, but I mean, guys, you can't go wrong with either one of these, though. To be honest with you, I mean, they all gonna have growth. Uh, so hope I answered that question there. Brother
Yeah,
Paul.
that's helpful. Thank you.
All right, my pleasure. Any more questions? Any more questions here? It's cool, man, to see even new people that join Let's Win Financial that's on this call, which is pretty good. It's also recorded too. And so you guys can always go back and see the replay on the Facebook page, Let's Win Financial Group page. But with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. As always, it's a pleasure. And so working with each and every one of you guys. And so as always, be well, be blessed, and let's continue to win. All right, guys, have a great one.